The Edge at 11 starts now.
Tonight on The Edge, a teen with autism is shot after getting lost in Detroit.
He was allegedly jumped by two men and shot as he tried to run away. Fox News' Jessica Dupek talked exclusively with his sister, who was on the phone with him when it all went down.
18-year-old Claude Wusick has autism, and he could eventually become paralyzed. He's currently in critical condition, in a lot of pain, and doctors are trying to save his kidney. This poor kid is a mess.
He didn't fight back. He wasn't cursing, nothing.
Nope, not at all. He was crying.
Violet Wusick heard it all on the phone with her brother Claude Wednesday.
All you heard my brother saying was, ow, ow, ow. And then it was complete silence.
She learned later from Detroit police, in that silence, her brother was shot in the back, trying to run away from two men allegedly attacking him.
It went quiet, and then all you heard was him screaming. And then I told him, I said, I have to hang up with you. I have to call the police. I'm like, nowhere near you.
Violet says Claude has autism and was taking a test at a facility in Detroit Wednesday. Somehow the wrong address got put into his Uber app. Instead of getting dropped off at home in River Rouge, he ended up on the corner of Warren and Lenox on Detroit's east side. His autism causes panic and confusion. He called Violet, who told him to take a photo of a nearby address.
Some guy came out and yelled, why are you taking pictures of the house? And as soon as the guy came out yelling, Claude's like, he's already in tears because he's special needs as it is, so he's already scared as it is because he don't know anywhere around there.
Violet says he pleaded with the men that he delete the photo.
He had no weapons on him, no nothing. He even screamed to you guys that he was just lost trying to find his way home.
We're told then they shot him. He was supposed to be the first of 6 siblings to ever graduate high school this spring, but now so much, really everything, is uncertain.
He is moving his feet, so it's a good sign, but they don't know if later on things could change and he could become paralyzed.
Detroit police at the 5th Precinct are on this case. They have done a search warrant and retrieve evidence, but no arrests have been made quite yet. Reporting on Detroit's east side, Jessica Dupek on The Edge.
Also tonight, 3 suspects are arrested in connection to the death of a DoorDash driver shot on the job in Ferndale.
And that victim, an immigrant, helping support his family back home. Fox News' Lauren Edwards spoke to his friends about the latest developments in this case.
He loved to play soccer, so a lot of them get together on the weekend and play soccer. Everybody that knows him, that love him, they remember his soccer games and stuff like that.
Mamadou Diallo, gone too soon, killed the day before his 27th birthday.
He was a very respectful kid, and he came to the United States just to help his family.
Close friends Sadie Sarr and Osman Ba say he came to the U.S. from Senegal in 2023 and got a job as a DoorDash delivery driver, sending money home for his family.
His mom is bad type. I mean, she is sick.
However, it was on the job that he breathed his last breath.
At approximately 1:45 in the morning on March 9th, our dispatch received a call reporting gunshots fired at the intersection of Woodward Ave and 9 Mile. Moments later, a second call reported a person lying outside a vehicle on the southbound Woodward Bridge over 8 Mile.
Ferndale police say on that Sunday morning, Diallo was driving for DoorDash, picking up White Castle. When he left the restaurant, he first drove northbound on Woodward and then entered a turnaround to head southbound. When he tried to merge southbound, police say he almost collided with a GMC truck that they say was driving recklessly. Then they say 6 shots were fired from the truck into Diallo's car. He was pronounced dead at the hospital.
We did not believe it because it's like, why him? First of all, I was like, no, that's not him. Because he doesn't get in no problems. He go to school, he work, he go home.
This week, 3 suspects were arrested. Thursday, one of them, 39-year-old Terrell Sims of Oak Park, was charged with second-degree murder.
Right now, we are happy that the investigation is moving and that we are hoping that justice is going to be served. But we can't replace who he is.
Police say that the community here in Ferndale is safe, and they're just considering this to be an isolated incident of road rage. Reporting here in Ferndale, Lauren Edwards on The Edge.
A man in Detroit speaking out after he says he was the victim of excessive force by police.
Yes, and the encounter was caught on camera. Look.
They didn't announce themselves. They didn't do anything, so somebody's like just grabbing you.
This happened at a gas station at 6 in Greenfield last Monday. Daryl Dawson Jr. says that he was hanging out with friends and went to buy snacks around 3 a.m. He claims when he went to get one of his friend's purses, he was grabbed by police. Dawson claims he even told officers his dad is a detective with DPD.
Didn't care about none of that. I feel like those officers that treated me with that misconduct and that excessive force, they shouldn't be on the force, because it's like, what if that video wasn't recorded? What if I was by myself? What if, like anything could have happened? I could have lost my life.
After the cameras turned off, Dawson says he received medical treatment before being taken into custody. We asked Detroit police about this incident. They told us officers on patrol saw what they thought was an altercation and began a concealed carry weapon investigation, and that the person resisted arrest and didn't comply with verbal commands. They also claim, as with all incidents involving use of force, this case is under internal review, to make sure policies and standards were upheld.
Or just a terribly sad story from New York City. A sightseeing helicopter crashes into the Hudson River, killing 6 people. Witnesses say the helicopter fell apart in midair, with the aircraft landing in the river without its propeller. The chopper floating upside down as rescue crews responded. It was pulled from the river late this evening. On board, the pilot and a family from Spain, an executive for Siemens, his wife, and 3 children. An investigation is now underway.
We're doing again what we should have done many years ago. We let it get out of control.
More tariff turmoil. Stocks take another big dive after the White House clarifies China will face a 145% tariff. It comes just one day after the president announced he would pause all reciprocal tariffs for 90 days except for China. China responded today by announcing more countermeasures against the U.S. Economists warn Americans will likely see a price increase on certain goods.
The minute that these containers hit our shores, these prices will be felt. And again, as we've seen in the massive sell-off of U.S. technology companies that rely or that have supply chains that are extraordinarily exposed to China.
Democrats have been critical of the rapidly changing tariff policies. Some are even calling for an investigation into possible insider trading. Well, Governor Gretchen Whitmer is speaking out after her appearance yesterday in the White House.
Had a lot of people talking. Whitmer was in the Oval Office, standing off to the side as the president signed several executive orders. Speaking today, the governor says she was there to talk about a number of issues and didn't expect what happened.
My presence was not an endorsement of any of the actions he took or the comments that were made. I wanted to be very clear about that. I was going in for a meeting and they walked me into a press conference. I disagreed with a lot of the stuff that was said and the actions that were taken, but I stayed in the room because I needed to make the case for Michigan, and that's my job.
The president even praised Governor Whitmer during the exchange, calling her a very good person, saying she's doing an excellent job. Whitmer did receive criticism from some Democrats for staying in the room.
Well, U of M students gather in Ann Arbor furious over the elimination of DEI programs.
Students called out university officials and the feds for revoking student visas as part of an immigration crackdown. Fox News' Dave Kinchin was there.
All of you to say, we are the people. We are the power.
University of Michigan students and some faculty taken to the iconic Diag for a new generation of protests, this time clapping back over U of M ending its diversity offices and programs after mounting pressure from the Trump administration, which has railed against DEI efforts in higher education and business.
There's no reason we should be doing this right now. There's no reason, but we have to.
U of M's Black Student Union hosting the rally during their 57th year on campus and on the 50th anniversary of the Black Action Movement, with organizers saying they now have a new war to wage.
People don't know if scholarships are being cut. People are getting emails in the middle of class that their scholarship is gone. People are just, in one day they have a job, the next morning they don't.
Also at issue, the visas and legal residency of 22 Michigan students and recent graduates revoked by the feds, with similar actions taking place at other universities around the country.
When Mahmoud Khalil was kidnapped by the Department of Homeland Security at Columbia University, all these universities, including ours, were silent.
All of these issues now being brought to university leadership. What does the U of M administration tell you when you bring your concerns to them?
Honestly, it's usually a lot of paternalistic responses that students don't understand.
U of M administration confirmed the revoking of the student visas and legal status in a letter published online and signed by University President Santa Ono and other school officials. They said the federal government has not shared the reasons for their actions. The Trump administration has previously said similar actions at other schools are part of their ongoing immigration crackdown. As for the end of DEI,
it's really sad. It's damn near embarrassing for the country.
Last month, the university said it will shift resources over to student programs, including financial aid, mental health, student life, plus its ethnic and cultural programs. But students we talked with say they're going to keep on fighting.
I think we're hopeful.
We did reach out to the University of Michigan to get an updated statement on this matter. We have not yet heard back. In Ann Arbor, Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
Well, the Westland man busted by police in Kentucky.
He's accused in the thefts of 8 Corvettes. The takedown caught on an officer's body cam.
Stop running! Oh! Stop running! I'm gonna tase you! I'm gonna tase you!
This happened last month in Bowling Green, Kentucky. 21-year-old Deontay Walker is now charged in the case. A group of thieves stole the Corvettes from a nearby GM plant. Walker is accused of trying to bring 3 of the vets back to Michigan, and police were tipped off by a transport driver. When officers arrived, Walker tried to run off, but tripped and you can see was arrested. Walker has pleaded not guilty.
All right, my friends, another chilly night ahead, but don't worry, we promise you, by August, a warm-up will be here.
Yeah, well, at least we deserve one, though, maybe this weekend, Stephanie.
Yeah, I think we'll get one. Temperatures right now are mainly in the 30s. We topped out at 38 today, the average at 56, so we were below that for this time of year, clearly. Tomorrow, we're still going to be below the seasonal high, but I do think we make it to, or at least close to 50 degrees, closer than where we have been over the past few days. 37 in the city, 39 Fort Wayne, 40 degrees in Leadington, 40 Chicago, 34 Marquette for right now. Quite active weather down near the Gulf States into Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. That's going to continue to track to the south. We saw our fair share of snow, and right now that's over parts of Canada, and that's going to continue to shift to the east and northeast, so that's going to impact New England as early as tomorrow. Sky Tracker's dry, it's quiet, and I think we stay this way over the next 2 to 3 days. So there really isn't going to be a whole lot going on for us here precip-wise, which is really nice. We can kind of dry out. Temps tonight are going to cool off. I think we bottom out at about 32 degrees. We see a nice rebound tomorrow to about 50. We'll see decreasing cloud cover. There will be some sunshine from time to time. It's not going to be a completely clear blue sky. We will see some clouds around, but precip-free through the day on Friday, which is fantastic. Little cool on Friday afternoon. By Saturday, we're at 53, so we're heading in the right direction, which is great. And then mild by Sunday, 60 degrees for our high. Now, our daytime hours come Sunday, I do think will stay mainly dry. It's really not until late Sunday evening and into Monday. That's when we see our next chance for showers. That could linger through Tuesday, and then our second system after that will be arriving on Thursday. So here's our Fox Futurecast model. This weekend looks great. We'll increase cloud cover, though, during the day on Sunday. And then Sunday evening, that's when we could see the potential for maybe a few showers. That's going to stick with us through the day on Monday and pretty much through at least Tuesday morning. So it's going to look a little wet to start off next week. Above average temperatures west of us, luckily below average temps slide out, and we should see temps in the 50s. Next chance for rain again arriving Monday with daytime highs in the mid-60s. Roop.
All right, Stephanie, thank you.